Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from the Automotive Rate. In this video, I will show you some of the details, features and specifications of the Lotus Eletre Electric SUV. The Lotus Eletre is a 5-door luxury mid-size SUV launched in 2023. Despite being a Lotus, it is actually owned by Geely, so it's assembled in China. With that said, let's take a closer look at this car. But before that, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. I post informative car videos, and for today, we have the Lotus Eletre Electric SUV. Also, don't forget to like and share. Back to the video, starting with the powertrain. Since this is an all-electric car, it has a front trunk because it doesn't need space for an engine. Open the liter release and you get 77 liters of cargo space, which is just enough to put your charging cables or loose items. Anyways, powering this car will be dual electric motors and a 112 kWh battery pack, giving it a drive range of about 600 km on WLTP cycle. Higher performance variants will slightly decrease the driving range, but the trade-off is more power. For this model, the car makes 603 brake horsepower and 710 Nm of torque. Paired with all-wheel drive and a single-speed direct drive gearbox, this car accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in 4.5 seconds, although a high-performance variant with 905 horsepower is able to do 0 to 100 in just 2.9 seconds. According to Lotus, this car is capable of level 4 autonomous driving with many safety systems such as adaptive cruise control, several LiDAR sensors mounted on the front wheel arches and roof, standard automated emergency braking with pedestrian detection, standard lane departure warning with lane keeping assist, and available adaptive cruise control with lane centering feature. Moving to exterior design, up front, I would say that the design is very striking. Up top, there are some body lines along with functional air vent to improve aerodynamics and efficiency. The LED daytime running lights looks very sleek, and moving below will be the main headlight with LED projector beams and turn signals. Front and center, there will be the functional air vent as seen just now, and the overall front fascia looks very premium. To the side profile and on the front fender, you have this flap that you open up to reveal the charging port, gloss black mirror caps, flush door handles, some more venting on the front quarter panel and bold body lines. There is also quite a lot of cameras and sensors for the autonomous driving system. This car has the dual-tone roof, which I think looks really good, and the shape of the body style is very sleek. Standard for this car will be 23-inch aero wheels with carbon fiber trims, and wheel sizes will range between 20-inch to 23-inch. Round back of this car all the way to the top will be this sort of oddly shaped rear spoiler mounted on the top, along with camera and sensor for the level 4 autonomous driving. Moving down, the flap can be adjusted to improve aerodynamics at higher speeds. The full-width LED taillights with Eletra spread horizontally across the rear makes it look contemporary. All the way to the bottom, the diffuser in gloss black gives the car a sophisticated and premium look to the rear end. Open the rear tailgate and you get 688 liters of cargo space, which is very spacious. However, that can be expanded to a massive 1532 liters with the rear seats folded. There will be some storage under the 4th floor to store your charging cables or other smaller items. Being a high-end luxury car, the rear air suspension can be lowered to make loading easier, and that's a very nice feature. Entering the rear seats of this car, and by the way, this car has soft closing doors, but anyways, the door panels feels very premium with leather trims and contrast stitching, along with aluminum covers for the speakers and ambient lighting in the bottle holder. It is very luxurious back here with heated, ventilated and massaging rear seats. This particular one is the 4-seater model, so the rear seat is taken up by this screen, which holds some controls for the rear seats, including heating, ventilation and massage functions, as well as the rear climate controls. 2 cup holders that are very well finished will be located behind that, and you can press this release to open the lid, which reveals some storage space on the center armrest. There is also a center pass-through to the cargo area for easier access to the things back there. The seats are very luxurious yet sporty with the bucket seat design and fairly soft cushioning. The bolster at the side also provides good support, and space is also very roomy. I get a lot of leg room, probably around 4 to 5 baseball in terms of length between my knees and the back of the front seat backs, so I can really stretch my feet out. Headroom isn't really a problem either, as the SUV body style creates a higher roofline and hence more headroom than a conventional sedan. To finish off the rear seats, there's Alcantara or suede headlining, although there's also a panoramic sunroof, definitely very luxurious at the back. Entering the front cabin of this car, and I got to say, it is very futuristic with the overall design theme. The door panel is finished in 2 different coloured leather trims, and I love the look of the aluminum covers for the speakers. Ambient lighting is also found in the bottle holder area, and soft closing doors come standard on the front as well. The passenger dashboard is very modernized with Alcantara trim up top, a digital display showing information like speed, range and radio station that is currently played in the car. Moving further down, almost the entire area is finished in leather, and there is a button on the center console that you press to open the glove box. The standard infotainment system will be this 15.1-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The screen can be folded away when you don't need it and can also display information such as range, vehicle status, climate controls and rear active aero spoiler that can be adjusted through that screen. It can also show a very high definition camera with a 360-degree surround view monitor. Below that will be the aircon vents with ambient lightings, and below that will be some storage space with the wireless charging pad. Behind that there will be some controls for the defroster and vehicle lock. The little gear selector is also finished in aluminum trim and adds a very premium look to the interior. For this particular unit, the center console is finished in this cream colored leather with very expensive looking cup holders. Press the release to open the lid that reveals the storage under the center armrest and you get a good amount of space. And below that, you have some more storage space since this car doesn't need a transmission. Taking a look from the driver's side, you do get a heads-up display showing information like speed, range and battery state of charge. The top of the instrument cluster is finished in this Alcantara trim again with ambient lighting, which adds a rather upscale look to the interior as expected. Just like the passenger side, the driver's side gets a digital display, this time showing information like your speed, battery state of charge and range, as well as some other important information. A multifunctional steering wheel with Alcantara finishing and pedal shifters feels really good to hold on to. The pedal shifters at the back controls the level of regenerative braking, while all of the buttons integrated into the steering wheel feels very expensive and well built. This is a 4-spoke design with sweet trimmings and definitely looks very expensive. As for driving position, it is quite good for an SUV. It's not as low as the sports cars from Lotus, but still quite low and sporty for an SUV. There are plenty of adjustments that can be made to the seats, and just like the rear seats, the front seats also get heating, ventilating and massaging functions. The bolsters by the side create good support for the front passengers, and the bucket seat design adds a slightly sporty look to the cabin up front. Front visibility is very good and rear visibility is fine. Long road trips in this car wouldn't be a problem, especially with the 600km driving range. Overall interior build quality up front is fantastic. Every touch point feels very expansive and is also very comfortable. Advanced driver assistance systems include adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, driver attention monitor, blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, front and rear pre-collision braking and level 4 autonomous driving as mentioned just now. That allows the car to do self-driving in most conditions, but that is still something that has yet to be legal in many countries. All things considered, the Lotus Eletre is a fairly competitive electric SUV in the growing segment. It has its own cool features and stands out pretty well. However, the price that you have to pay for one of these is unavoidable, so if you're considering to get a car in this segment, be prepared to pay for the price. It's not necessarily a bad thing as it combines sportiness with luxury while keeping the practical body style. With that, I'll wrap up the walk-around tour of the Lotus Eletre SUV. Thanks for watching.